بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Now read the Shri together. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم إن زلزلة الساعة شيء عظيم. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has once again called us to His house, who has given us the opportunity to wake up to another day, to be safe, to be in a state of Iman. Alhamdulillah. Especially with the ongoings of what's happened over the past week in Turkey and in Syria. As everybody knows, everybody has been watching the news, that this is something which is a natural disaster, and everything which happens in the world comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there is a wisdom behind everything, why it happens. And many times people ask the question, why does Allah do this? Why did Allah do this? Of course, Allah knows the answer to it, but the scholars have given answers to these kind of things as well, because it is a natural, normal thing for a person to ask. That so many innocent people have been hurt, killed, displaced, houses destroyed, buildings shattered, collapsed. We've seen all the videos. And the very simple question that comes to your mind, why? So, the first answer that the ulama have given is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what is best. Allah doesn't have to reply to anyone. Nobody can judge the decisions of Allah. We are the servants of Allah, so Allah can judge us. Another reply which has been given is that the earth, when there is a lot of sins which are being done within the earth, on that ground, so sometimes the earth, it gives back, and because of what has been done to it, it then has an opposite way of how it wants to react. So the way that a person who is teased again and again and again, and he reaches boiling point and he gets angry and he lashes out. So this is insan. So in the same way the earth does the same thing as well. That the earth is angry. That all of these sins have been committed on me, and because of that, this is one of the ways that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the earth this kind of ability that it can happen. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from these kind of things. Ameen. Also, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in many different hadith that when Qiyamah comes closer, earthquakes and all different kind of things which are known as natural disasters, they will become a normal thing. We hear all the time. Just recently there was floods and all these different kind of troubles in Pakistan which just happened as well. So all these things, they are all signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That all of those people who have died, all of those people who are now in this new situation, the previous night, they all went to sleep, not knowing what was going to happen. Nobody has any guarantee of what is going to happen the next day. So it's a stark reminder from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh insan, you are in control of nothing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in control of every single thing. And a thing like this, it can be of benefit to many people as well. So another thing which the scholars have mentioned, that when a natural disaster like this does happen, it is a way for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show His mercy and forgiveness to the people as well. Every single one of the people who have passed away, they have been given the death of a shaheed. They have passed away in a way where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them because of it. So they have been forgiven and Allah has shown His mercy upon them. Yes, the people, they go through many troubles and difficulties of being in the situation that they are in. But we can take a simple example of the story of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam and Hazrat Khidr. So Hazrat Khidr, he said that you can come on this journey with me, but do not ask me any questions. So do not ask me any questions, but of course Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, all the three different things which happened, he was not able to control himself, and he asked the question every time, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? So the third time it happened, he goes, okay, this is it. This is the end of the journey for us, because I told you not to ask questions, but you keep asking questions. So as we know the story, it goes on and it goes on. And at the time, Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, he thought that why is he doing this? Why has he just killed a child? Why has he put a hole in the boat? Why is he causing this much trouble? So something that we might see as, he's causing so much trouble, but when you look at the bigger picture, there is so much more wisdom to it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better than anyone else why there is a reason for something being done. So in the same way as Musa alayhi salam, he learned afterwards that the child who had been killed, that the reason he had been killed is he was going to grow up and he was going to cause so much trouble and difficulty and shame for his parents. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took that out. And what even happened after that, Allah blessed him with a child afterwards as well, who went on to become pious. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always knows what is best for a person, for a people, for a qawm. And again the same thing was with the wall as well, that these people, you ask them for food, and instead you've built a wall when you could ask for some money in return. So all of these things are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So any difficulty that we have in life, it is a moment for us to be patient, to have sabr and to understand that this is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The test that these people have had, not one of us have had anything like this. Our houses have not fell on top of us, alhamdulillah. We are all still standing strong. But what it has done is, it has brought the whole of the ummah together. The whole of the ummah together. And again, another reminder from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that this one small thing Remember, it's not happened around the whole world. Just a couple of countries where it has happened. But all of the Muslims have woken up. And so we will do everything that we can for Turkey. We will do everything that we can for Syria. We will do everything possible. So this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminding us and showing us this is how the ummah can be. This is what we can do. But the question is, why is it that we need an earthquake to bring us all together? Yeah? That makes sense? Why do we need an earthquake for us to be an ummah? We should already be an ummah. We should already have that connection with one another. Just last week, we were outside after the kids' classes, and one of the parents, he did salam with somebody who was just standing there. And he said that our deen is so beautiful that even though I don't know this person, I've just done salam with him and he gave me a reply with a smiling face. And this is the beauty of our deen, that we have that connection with one another even though we don't know each other. So in the same way, we do not know any of the people who have passed away or who are going through this trouble and destruction, but because they are our Muslim brothers and sisters, we will do everything that we can to help them. And this is where we have this beauty of being one ummah. That this being one ummah is something which Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he tried very hard to create. And it is a way for us to remember the importance of brotherhood. That to understand that we are all one, al-mu'minuna ka-rajulin wahid, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned. That each and every single one of us, we are one body. One body. That when one part of the body starts hurting, then everything else doesn't work properly. You have a headache, but it's not like, oh, my head is hurting, but I can continue with the rest. So, in the same way, any one Muslim who is struggling somewhere, who is having some difficulty, some pain, we are there and we will help them out as much as possible. So this has to start within our own homes, within our own families and communities. Yes, this is all across the world and we'll do everything that we can to help out, but the same has to be local as well. That we keep an eye out for each other and we are there for each other and we do everything possible to help one another. This is what brings the love of the ummah together, and this is what will bring each and every person closer as well. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, and this is what Allah will reward us for as well. And to remember, this is just the dunya. This is just a small earthquake which has happened in the dunya. And it has caused so much destruction, so much trouble, so much hurt. But something else is coming as well. Something else is coming as well. The day of judgment, where we have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where there will be nowhere to hide, where there will be no one else to come to our aid, to send us food and shelter, and to give us the good deeds. At the end of the day we came into the dunya ourselves, and we leave the dunya ourselves. We have to make sure that we are preparing in the right way, because nobody knows how their end is going to be. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. All of those people that passed away, they had no idea. They had no idea what was going to happen. And the next morning, many of them, they didn't get to see the next morning. Now think of those people who were sleeping and they went to sleep that night having a grudge against somebody. Or they were having a fight with their brother. Or they've not spoken to their parents for so long. Imagine how these people are feeling that maybe they're alive today and the parents passed away. Maybe the children are not there anymore. That small argument, was it worth it? So these things that we have to ask ourselves, is there any point of having these grudges? What benefit is it bringing to me? This is why we speak about the importance of brotherhood. That don't do something which you will regret later. Yes, we all make mistakes, but ask for forgiveness. Be on the right side of what is going on. So nobody has any idea what is going on. Nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow. But one thing we all know, which is guaranteed, is we will stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we will answer for everything that we did in the dunya. And Allah will question us about it as well. that you had the opportunity in the dunya, what did you do with it? How was your living in the dunya? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, I sent signs. I kept on sending signs. What did you do with the signs? So this is a sign Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent through an earthquake, that tomorrow that can be you. Tomorrow you will not be here in the world. What have you prepared for it? And this is where we try our best to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us through everything that we do. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant the help needed to all of the people who have suffered from the earthquake. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive those who have passed away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them Jannatul Firdaus. Those that have lost family members, full families are gone, houses are gone, everything, they're left with nothing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for them. May Allah grant them sabr. And it's another a lesson for us to be grateful. Grateful for everything that we have. Grateful for the family that we have. Today's collection will just be for the earthquake. So even the masjid, anybody who wants to donate something today, everything will be going towards the earthquake. So everybody try and be as generous as possible, inshallah. It is a great opportunity, even the card machine. So everything that is collected from the card today as well will be going towards the earthquake. So we try our best. One of the ways to suppress the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is through sadaqah. And sadaqah we are not doing for anything but to gain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to help out the people who need it. Allah doesn't need our wealth. Allah is the one who has given it to us. So we try our best as much as possible, even if it's 1 pence. That will be helpful towards us in the akhirah, inshallah. So we try our best, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to use our wealth in His path as well. That if we were in the situation of these people, we would we would want others to help us. Of course they are getting the aid, but we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually sends them the aid that they need. Everything that they need, and to make everything easy for them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us tawfiq and the understanding to act upon these things. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.